I feel like I can't have a consistent intro for this podcast. I have to do something different every time.
Well, then it would get mundane.
Yeah, it'd get very mundane, and I don't know if I can do that.
You don't want that.
Yeah, I don't want the audience to expect some mundanity. This title is completely ironic.
Yeah, it's just how interesting it is.
Yeah, especially now being in quarantine, where we do so much fun stuff.
You know, yeah.
Have to mention that coronavirus quarantine, just so I can put in the tags.
Mm-hmm.
Get some people.
Some trending. We can talk about it like news wise for like a second or two.
All right.
Just to get some relevance.
It sucks. Don't do it.
It's real bad.
And that's it for the news segment of our podcast.
Oh, and I'm Josh.
And I'm Jacob. And this is just very mundane.
So. You left me hanging last week.
I did. I don't remember what the story was.
So apparently there was some lady, and it was your first time either coming to check out the place or coming in or moving in.
Yeah, it was the first night here. I don't know if I want to start this podcast with a story. You know, I think I'm gonna wait a couple episodes.
Oh yeah.
The last episode I completely forgot about it
until the last 5 seconds.
I pretty much always just forget about things to talk about. But I guess I'll just tell the story. So the first night here, just me here, I hear this knocking on the door, and this is probably about 10-11 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
So relatively late, and I'm like, well, no one should be here. Maybe it's by chance, maybe it's Josh, and he doesn't have his key or something like that. So I go there, go to the door, I look at the peephole, and I see this lady there. Like, she just looked like a woman. I don't know how else to describe her. She had long hair. Anyways, I opened the door, and then she just points inside. She kind of mumbles something, but I don't understand what she says. She's like, just points inside. I'm like, who are you? And she's like, and I'm like, I'm sorry, who are you looking for? And she's like, I'm looking for, she says a name. And I'm like, no one by that name lives here. And so she's like, yes, they do. Like, she shook her head, yes, like, yeah, they do. And started to walk in a little bit, kept pointing in. And I was like, no, literally, I think the last people we were looking for, they just moved out. Literally, they don't live here anymore.
It's probably the people whose mail we still get.
Yeah, the mail we still get, yeah. And she just keeps pointing in. I was like, I'm sorry, I don't know what to tell you. She's like, okay. And then I close the door, and then I lock it, obviously.
Yeah.
Normally I leave it unlocked if anyone wants to know.
You come find us.
Come find us. Well, if that lady's watching this podcast right now, she'll know. I lock it, as I always do. I never leave it unlocked. And there's also like there's alarm systems everywhere. Honestly.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Even on the windows, and we're on the second floor, so.
In fact, our front door just has a gun pointing at it from the other side at all times.
We actually remove our front door.
Yeah.
We hot glue it shut.
You knock and it doesn't recognize you, dead.
I'm sorry.
UPS drivers drop like flies around here.
It really sucks. At least we get our packages though.
Yeah.
So, I mean, not all bad. But, so I look at the peephole, and she's still standing out there like for 5 minutes. Just there. I think she ends up talking to someone on the phone. Probably looking for where that she could find the people, but she's just there. And I'm like, if you're going to be on the phone call, don't be in front of my house, you know? I don't want you here.
Did she end up?
She ended up leaving it, but the whole night I'm just paranoid. I'm like, what if she comes back? What if she sees some weak, skinny, tall boy here, and she's like, yeah, we could easily rob them.
And you were here alone, probably.
I was here alone. Why did you say probably? I was here.
I had no idea this happened, and I didn't know like when this happened.
This is the first. I'm surprised I haven't told you. I told Sagar, like, pretty much immediately, just in case it was his secret girlfriend that he always brags about.
Eiffel?
Yeah, Eiffel souffle. It didn't really look like her description, but she was a woman, so I figured.
Sagar's been known to embellish, so you know.
Yeah. But she didn't say Sagar, but knowing him, he does give women fake names all the time.
That's true.
Yeah, classic Sagar. I love making fun of him or joking about him when he can't defend himself.
That's the best kind. Because if he was here, he would defend himself.
He would, yeah, he would. That's fine. Whenever this episode goes live, I'll see if he texts me. This is how I'll know if he watches the podcast or not.
Yeah. Actually, you should just like Sagar. If you're watching this, just text us like pineapple.
Text Josh Pineapple and text me. You know what?
Yeah.
Yeah, he knows. I'm just kidding. That's not a really good. It's not really a good way to tell because he'll text me that stuff anyways.
That's true.
I'm talking about his nudes.
Yeah. I was talking about his love of fruit, but like, it's basically the same thing.
Yeah, he paints fruit baskets in his free
Mhm.
time and sends me pictures, and I always tell him good job. I have a lot of them hung up on the fridge, but you guys don't need to see that. That doesn't matter.
Well, yeah, because he paints nudes on them.
Yeah, yeah. It's just the placement of the fruit, you know. Anyways, sorry, mom and dad. That's about as dirty as the podcast gets. So we have to be really clean for the rest of it.
Good. Yeah. It's already. I felt that was already pushing the line a little bit.
What?
Said I felt like we were already pushing the line a little bit.
Of clean?
Yes.
Oh, that
Yeah.
whole bit was too clean for you, Josh?
Not clean enough.
Not clean enough.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, yeah, it was dirty. It's fine. We'll put some masks or gloves on.
There
It'll
we
be
go.
good.
Yeah.
That's the best defense of anything, really.
Well, yeah, it makes you immune. So.
Yeah, I have people at my job. They'll ask me to give them their change, and they hand me an envelope. Like they don't hand it; they hold it open. They ask me to just put the change in there, and it's so. Like I mean, sure. I'm also wearing gloves, and this change. If there's something is on the change, it's gonna be on the change already.
Honestly,
You're gonna get it.
I might adopt that system, but not because I'm scared of getting the virus from like some quarters and dimes. But I can't tell you how many times I've dropped change while they're like handing it to me, and I'm a pretty cheap person. Like if I see a penny on the ground, I'm gonna pick it up no matter what.
Yeah, I know. I've lost a lot of pennies that way.
Yeah, but and it's always awkward because I don't know what to do because my instinct is to get out of my car and pick them up on the curb, like right at the window.
On the freeway, you see like a $5 bill. You just
It's
stop in
toast.
the middle.
I'd pull over.
You don't pull over. You're like, I can't.
That's like 5 gallons of gas right now.
You slow down and you grab it.
Yeah.
Just reach out your car while the car's still
I'm thinking
going.
about just cutting a hole in the bottom of my car so I don't even have to.
Well, I mean, you already have that, so you can drive it. You know, you have to use your feet to
True.
run.
Yeah.
Flintstone vehicle. You can't afford an actual vehicle.
Can't tell you how many times I've been pulled over.
Yeah. After a while, they're like, you're only going like a mile per hour.
Yeah.
I don't know how you expected to run and be able to move this 1,000 pounds.
But sometimes when I hit a hill, I can get up to like 3,
Yeah.
and we're cruising for a little bit.
Yeah, your feet are very smooth on the bottom afterwards, though. But
Yeah. The winter's the worst. You know, most people they can't stop on the ice, but I can't get started.
yeah,
So I'm just kind of like running in place.
it's really good. One of those Scooby-Doo episodes where you're just running until you look down and you realize you're.
In the air and then
Yeah.
fall.
Yeah, I hate when that happens in real life. It sucks.
Well, I don't know. I saw something about like when it, like that whole thing is, I mean, it's pretty cartoony, but like there's some real thing to it because it takes your brain like a couple of seconds to process the fact that you're falling.
I mean, sure. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
So like that feeling of like, oh, am I just like floating here for a second is like a real thing, and then you start falling.
Yeah, but they actually didn't fall. They were in place.
True. Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah.
I don't know. That's never happened to me. I've never flown. Not to out myself or anything, but I don't have the ability to fly. So.
No, I've not really ran off a roof, but I've jumped
I
off.
can grow wings. I know
Yeah.
I don't talk about it
Instantly.
much,
I don't want to flex, but sometimes I can just turn into a falcon.
but yeah. I was like,
So you ever read those Metamorphosis books?
Animorphs?
Animorphs, that's what it was called.
Like
Yeah,
metamorphism.
The Kafka book.
You just, as a
Classic.
kid, you're reading a textbook about metamorphism. You're just like, wow, this is really interesting. I'm like, nerd. Your mom calls you that?
The pictures of the Animorphs are
Delightful.
so graphic.
Yeah.
They're kind of terrifying.
Well, yeah, I mean, the word descriptions are worse than the pictures.
And by word description, do you just mean the book?
Yeah. Well, I mean the part of the book where it's describing the transformation, not the whole book.
But in general, yeah, the whole book is just pretty bad.
Yeah, I liked them. That was like that was the stuff I read when I was a kid.
I feel like you were either an Animorph kid or a Goosebumps kid.
Me personally, or just in general?
In general.
Okay, I was like, I've always known you were either an Animorphs kid or a
Yeah.
Goosebumps. Just something about your vibe. Like, what did that mean?
Yeah, which were you? Which would you like? Were you
Huh?
Animorph or were you Goosebumps?
Animorphs. I just said that.
I was Goosebumps all the way.
That's fair. Two types of people, you know.
Yeah.
Those are the two genders. Animorphs
And the
Goosebumps.
Goosebumps.
Have you seen the Goosebump movies?
Not the new ones.
That's good. It's good for you. I saw the first one.
Yeah, people were like, "Wow, it's really good. Jack Black's in it." And I'm like,
He is in it, and he's probably the best part of it. So is that one kid in 13 Reasons Why.
in the first, okay, that's not a selling point for me on that one.
I don't know why. What's your favorite show?
He's not a bad actor, but he's like the Popeye's biscuits of actors.
You talking about Jack Black?
No, not Jack Black.
Oh, the
Jack Black's an
all I can think of is his
13
name.
Reasons.
Clay Jensen, but I can't think of his
Yeah.
actual name.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna know. I don't have that memory in my brain.
But do you know what I mean? Like, it's like I could have a homemade biscuit, or I could go to Popeyes.
I mean,
Popeyes
sure.
biscuits sound good every once in a while, and then you bite into it, and you're like, oh.
Yeah, you should not bite into Clay Jensen.
Yeah, probably not.
I mean,
You could. Let us know how it goes.
yeah. Hey, if Clay, sorry I don't know your real name,
If you're
but
tuning.
if you're watching this, all of the fans of this podcast are gonna come hang out.
Whoa. What are we doing with Clay?
Don't worry about it. So, how's your week?
So, it's been interesting. So because we have been quarantined, effectively we have just been locking ourselves up in a room for 7 days
Totally
straight.
different than what we normally do.
Completely different. Usually there's at least 30 to 40 minutes of social interaction a week.
Usually, sometimes I will go to my class, but now I don't have to.
Most of the time a little less. But
I shoot for like 10 minutes.
I haven't done anything this week. I went home and ate food with my family because I was completely out of food here.
Nice.
And we did a puzzle. Then we made cinnamon rolls, so things got really interesting. But
I feel jealous.
it's been pretty riveting. I drove like 40 minutes back home, and it was really exciting. I saw other people on the road.
It's so nice driving to work and back and not having barely having traffic. People still suck at driving here. Don't get me wrong.
Oh yeah, like it's terrible.
People are probably worse now because they don't have the other drivers to balance them out.
And the police are not pulling people over. So like people are already going like 80 and a 70, but I've noticed that people are going like up to 95.
Oh, yeah, no, I've gone. There's been points where I would be driving like 80 in the middle lane because that's the way traffic is going. Like everybody's driving 80, and then there's cars. Like I'm driving the speed, and cars like approaching me so far and riding on my butt, and I'm like, what do you want from me? I'm not going faster than this. I don't want to. And then I'll slow down and just, tell them to suck it up. And then they get over it because they're driving like 100. But
Yeah, I saw a man. This was the day after Sagar left, which was really disappointing because he would have been one that was most excited. I'm not a car person, so I had no idea what kind of car this was, but it was old. And there was a car in front of me, and there were some guys in there, and they were like freaking out. So I'm assuming that the car was like cool. But it looked like a really early, like racing car, not quite like not like an F1 old car, but like definitely older than like NASCAR cars. And this guy was trucking, going probably like 95, 100, and he was decently old as well. So I was a little bit worried until I got up next to him. Because a car had just pulled over in front of him, so he ended up falling back. And he was had headphones on, had these like super like dark lens sunglasses with gold rims, and then I was like, wow, I want to be him when I'm older.
he's straight vibing.
Straight vibing.
He was just having the time of his life.
It wasn't even like people wear earbuds, but like he wasn't even wearing like overhead headphones. They're pretty big.
I don't understand the people that wear like headphones while they drive.
Yeah, I can't do that.
I mean, even if your radio's broken, you could I would just play the speaker out loud on my phone. Like, what if you, I don't know. It's just like one of those weird things. Like, I see people drive around and they have their headphones in. I'm like, what do you gain from this?
Well, it comes down to safety too.
Yeah, because you can't hear sirens happen as easily.
That's happened to me before though. Like, I've had my music turned up so much that I can't hear sirens, and then I'm like, oh shoot, there's a siren guy right behind me.
I'm very deaf myself, so there's been times that I don't hear sirens, but I mean.
But you have a legitimate excuse. I'm
Yeah.
just like, I'm sorry, officer, I was vibing too hard.
Sorry, after I was listening to Skrillex, I can't hear over Skrillex. He's like, oh, it's okay. I understand.
I thought it was part of the beat. I'm not gonna lie to you.
There's just one song in my playlist, and it starts like a siren, and every time it, like, because I have my playlist on shuffle, so every time it shows up, it's like, no, I don't want this. I don't need this.
That happens a lot. Like, I don't know why. Like, in the late 2000s, rappers were like, yeah, let's throw in just sirens, not in the middle of the track, but either at the beginning or at the very end.
Mm-hmm.
So like, there'll be like a genuinely good song in between police sirens, and it freaks me out. I like almost get whiplash from just turning around to see if I'm getting pulled over or not.
Sometimes I speed just so I can hear music, with the sirens playing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's a jam. I think for White Chedda, his first album, every song will begin and end with a police siren.
And the rest of the beat will also just be a police siren.
Yeah, it'll just be like, yeah, I probably don't sing.
It's just an album of police sirens.
It's different sirens from like different countries.
Police siren
and stuff.
at C, police siren at C sharp.
Yeah, one called, I can't think of it, like Chopsticks. I have Beethoven song in there too, just for fun. Yeah, there's like 7 songs of police sirens, and then like the 6th song is like
Just classical.
Yeah, it's like a real rap song, a really good one.
Just one really, really good one.
Yeah, and they're like, whoa, I see where he put all his effort in, but I don't know why he made a whole album just on this.
You should release it as a single track so they can't just skip to the good song.
The song
You have to listen to
the song is like 40 minutes long, but there's only 3 minutes somewhere in the middle of it that's actually entertaining. The rest of it's just siren.
I would listen.
It's gonna be called something stupid too.
Speaking of meme lord musicians, have you been up to date on what Oliver Tree has been up to?
I saw that he released a new music video today, but I didn't get to watch it because it was right before my class. But
Well, okay, so general rundown, basically all you would need to know. He has been talking about releasing his debut album for like the past 2 years.
Has he not released an album?
He has not. He's only released like mixtapes or EPs. But
Okay.
basically he had a date, and it was supposed to be March 27th. And then on the 26th, he put out an Instagram post saying that he canceled it due to coronavirus. And he jokes around all the time, so people are like, I was just joking. Well, the 27th came and nothing happened. Then people were like, oh, well, on the post about him canceling it, it said something about April 2nd, so maybe it'll release on April 2nd. April 2nd happened, nothing happened. And then 2 days ago, he put out a eulogy on his Instagram about how Oliver Tree has died, but he narrated it. So people are like, okay, he's definitely just memeing. Because in the background of the eulogy, he took people's like tweets and Reddit posts talking about how angry they were with him that he didn't release the album after 2 years. And then he released a song today and a music video called Let Me Down. And during the music video, he like freeze frame basically, and there's a sound effect when he does it, poses for and it makes like, he like copies the image that was going to be the album cover. And so the entire point of the song was he let us down. And that he wasn't going to release it. And people are, I mean, he's just troll meme lord of brilliance. I don't think anyone else with a bowl cut could pull it off.
Yeah, I don't really. I mean, I'm not the biggest Oliver Tree fan. Like, I've listened to his music, and I like a lot of it. But then it's just like, I don't know. There's very few rappers, or not rappers, not rappers. I don't know why I said rappers. There's just very few musicians that like could tell me that they were going to release an album, and I would be genuinely upset if they didn't. Like, upset at them, I guess, because like, I get it. Like, part of it's their job, but they're still releasing music, and stuff happens, But did he ever say he's ever going to release it still, or
He
no?
said 5 to 10 years.
Okay.
Which is why people didn't really take it seriously. They're like, oh, Oliver, he's just memeing. But
He's probably just gonna release it one day.
I wasn't really disappointed. I was more like, some of his fans are really, really angry because they have been waiting 2 years for it, and he just didn't release anything. And the song that he did release is kind of just poking fun at the fan. I've always been on the side where I enjoy his music, but he's definitely just a troll first and a musician second. So I've always.
Well, I mean, I think his music like the lyrics and the sound of it isn't inherently comedic.
Yeah,
it's just like the music videos or him, how he conducts himself in like interviews or just his stage presence, I guess. That's what's comedic about it.
And that's even more relevant if he had an EP before he became like a meme. It was like serious music that he released, and it's really good. Since then, he's kind of like done his best to kind of like get it off the internet by deleting it on most websites where you could download it. Someone uploaded it to Spotify though as a podcast.
Oh.
So you can listen to it there. It's really good. It does make me upset though, because I feel like if like that music is so good, his music now could be just as good.
I probably won't listen to it then. I don't love him. I enjoyed some of his music when I listened to it.
I
And
think
I have
I'm
like 2
more or
songs on
less
my actual playlist, but
fixated on this release because it was a release that's going to be happening during this quarantine where like
yeah,
I think I'm listening to like 24 hours of music every like 4 or 5 days
that's fair.
because there's nothing else to do.
I've been listening to a lot of podcasts and stuff. It's getting to the point like I just want like I have podcasts I listen to every Monday that comes out, one that comes out every Thursday, and I have another one that comes out every Wednesday, I want to say. And then the Thursday podcast they release extra stuff on every like during the weekend at some point. And so I just like keep listening to those, especially because I drive a lot for work. So it's like I'm listening to these, I save them up to listen to them, but also I want to listen to them right when they come out
Because you have nothing else to do as well.
Yeah. I'm just like I don't know. What do I listen to?
I've resorted to watching Dave.
Oh, that's interesting. That's fair.
It's not great. Someone said it's Diet Atlanta, and I would agree with that.
That's fair.
But
Yeah.
it's not bad. It's something to watch.
I've seen some like clips from it that seemed kind of funny.
Yeah, but then there's also just a lot of like, I mean, it's
That's
a show
cool.
made by Little Dicky,
Yeah, like that's
and so there's a lot of just jokes like that. And you're like, oh yeah, funny.
he has some music that's good, but it's just the same. It's a lot of the same like rehashing of the same joke.
Yeah, and he's
Yeah.
talented, but he just
Yeah.
doesn't. It's just
Like I mean, his song like was Brain or Pillow Talk or whatever it's called.
mhm.
That was good. I like that song a lot. I think that wasn't the first one I heard of him, but that was like the first song I listened to, and then started listening to a bunch of his older stuff.
Yeah, I think Save That Money was good.
I liked it for its premise, but I didn't think it actually sounded that good.
I think
Or-
yeah, it was very weird because it was like Lil Dicky style, and then it was like transitioned to this like kind of Atlanta style, and they don't really mix all that well.
Yeah, and then was it Molly? It was called. I like that one. I think that's what it's called. It's just about him.
I don't know if I've heard that one.
The premise of the music video, and it's kind of the song too, is basically he's going to the wedding of this girl that he used to be in love with, and is like the best man of the guy, or something like that. And so at first they kind of, I don't want to, I guess it doesn't matter, but they kind of build up the video at the beginning that he's the one getting married, and then
Oh,
yeah,
see, that would be funny. Like that's
it's not as funny as it is like sad, and I like the music for its music, you know.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
For the actual music of it all, instead of the comedic value. I feel like having pure comedic value in a song, and it's like 3-4 minutes long.
It makes it funny, but it damages like the re-listening.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's just like, you have to have. It has to be catchy at least a little bit.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of. Have you listened to Tiny Meat Gang?
No.
Okay, it's Cody and Noel, Cody Co
Mhm.
and Noel Miller. They started a band, like a rap group, and a lot of their older stuff is pure comedy and less actual. Like it's catchy enough. Like the beats are pretty good.
Has it gotten more serious over the years?
Well, it still relies on a lot of comedy in it, but the comedy is mixed in with like genuinely good music. A hiccup there, but
usually it's surprising if it doesn't get like more serious, because as people like they're like make music for a joke, the more they get into it, the more like I don't know, therapeutic it gets for them.
yeah. I mean, the person that makes their beats is like
An actual producer.
yeah. Well, he's kind of growing with them, but he has like actual jobs, and they did a song with like
I've seen them on something recently, and I was like, oh, I've never heard of Tiny Meat Gang.
They did Genius interview recently.
Maybe that's what it was.
Over their newest song, which is actually really good, and the music video is pretty entertaining. It isn't like laugh out loud funny, but it's like it's comedic.
You never know with like the Genius ones, because like you'll have like, I don't know, you'll have like some really complex song on there written by like an R&B artist that's super passionate, and then like the next day it'll be like the Cash Me Outside girl.
Yeah,
like the flossing kid.
Yeah,
That was awful.
I don't really have like that much of a gripe with Genius because I think it's.
Oh, they're a content factory. It's genius.
What?
Said they're a content factory.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's still like they have some. I don't know. Like they give equal opportunity for really anyone. Like just popular musicians or popular even like meme songs and stuff.
Yeah.
So I don't like. Obviously, I guess it kind of ruins like being able to respect them as like a genuine like top tier. Like you don't expect to see like Ariana Grande or any of the big names like pop stars on there.
Mm-hmm.
But it's still cool and it's still entertaining if you know the musician that's doing it, I guess.
Their website is fantastic too.
Yeah. I have nothing against Genius. They have a good what is it? Like a good like marketing strategy. They have good people on there a lot of the time, and it's a good brand. It's a good business they're running. The issue I have is some of the people that are on there.
Oh, for sure.
And I don't really blame Genius for doing that because they're doing their job, you know.
I've been watching a lot of like Genius interviews just because like I don't really have anything else to do, so I've been watching just like or like I don't do you know what Colors is?
I want to say I've heard of it, but I don't.
They basically it's just like it's edited, but it's like a live performance sort of where they have the artist like sing alone in the room, and then they like mix it a little bit and then just upload it to YouTube.
Interesting. Is it like that Studio One thing? I think it's called.
Yeah, sort of like that. It definitely more edited. It'd be like do you know what like the Tiny Desk performances are?
No.
It's like okay, like the Tiny Desk performances like they'll have a band and like one person, but with this one it's just the vocals and they like play the beat. They definitely do some mixing on the end, but at least they don't auto tune anything. I think Joji's done one, Rich Brian's done one.
Yeah. I like Rich Brian. Joji, I understand. I do think his music is good, but it's just not always for me.
Yeah, I get that. I really like ballads, but I think I have to be in a really certain mood to listen to it because it is sad.
Yeah, it's music I would put in like my sad boy playlist or something like that.
His latest song was really good though. His latest song was really good.
I haven't listened to it. I don't keep up with him that much, but
it was like a rock. It was weird. It was like a rock hybrid with his usual style and a lot less sad. So hopefully his next album is a little less sad because I could use a little less sad music. Yeah. Because it feels like everyone's just putting out.
That's why
sad songs.
That's why with White Chedda, it's all peppy music, except for the obligatory last song of the album, sad. You know, it's
The Funeral.
Yes. It's gonna be the last album that White Chedda puts out. So you don't have to make it emotional.
One album wonder.
Yeah, it's just gonna get like 3 listens. 5, I'll listen to it multiple times.
And say you'll probably listen to it at least twice.
If I actually do put out an album, which I am highly considering it just for the sake of how much I built this meme up of White Chedda. I mean, I don't know anything about beat making and stuff like that, and I don't think I have that best like rap voice or anything like that. So I want it still to be something people could listen to. You know, I wouldn't want it to be just like pure meme, you know?
Like pure trash?
Yeah, not like I'm saying that I'm going to put like my heart and soul and the lyrics and talk about some deep story or something that's happened to me in the past, you know? But more like I want it to be like a good, like, I don't know, just something someone could listen to more than once and have a good laugh at and still kind of enjoy it just for the sake of...
I think that's an important thing with like any type of content producing. Yeah. If you're making it just for like the last, because I feel like even comedians, whenever they're making something, do at some level apply like a personal attachment to it. You know, like the funniest jokes are usually like jokes that about things that actually happened in their lives.
Yeah.
So I think the same thing goes with everything, because even if you're trying to make something that's just funny or something. You want to actually make it apply to yourself, or like it's not really gonna register with other people if it doesn't even register with yourself.
And I'm putting effort. I would put effort in like writing lyrics and stuff. I mean, I don't consider myself like a poet, but I've written poetry and people have liked it.
Yes, do you know exactly what show?
Are you talking about the internal screaming?
I wasn't talking about internal screaming. That is one of the funniest visual gags in poetry I've ever seen.
I do like that, but that's not what I would do. You know, I wouldn't just. I don't want to just.
I read another one that I think you also entered, but I think you could only enter one.
I had two poems in a journal magazine I had, like I was doing for in high school. I had two poems on there. One of them was internal screaming, which was pure joke. It wasn't anything meant to take me seriously. Like, it was called internal screaming, W/line breaks. So with line breaks, that's the full title of it. And it was literally just the letter A. It was from a poem that I wrote for like a children's poetry book or something like that. And then I literally just, because the poem that I wrote for the children's poetry book, it wasn't like, it was for children. It wasn't like it wasn't something for adults. So I was like, I'm just going to make every line here, every word, the letter A. And then I titled it Internal Screaming. Then I submitted it. And then at the end of the year, they have a couple people from like the best pieces in the in that book. I say best. I don't want to toot my own horn, but like enjoyable pieces from there. They have some of the authors come to this little ceremony thing and read them out loud in front of like the other people in the journal, as well as like their parents or anyone else they wanted to invite. So I read this.
Did you just scream?
I just screamed. And I can't scream. I'm not a screamer. I'm barely able to talk like loud. Like,
I'm the opposite. I can't shut up.
I don't know. I feel like if I raise my voice, I sound too much like a child, like an angry child throwing a temper tantrum, and so I just don't yell. I mean, like I can deepen my voice, and if I ever need to, I guess, yell at someone, that's how I'll do it. But it's not like I'm actually yelling. I can't yell, and I will not yell.
So how'd that go?
It went well. A lot of people were confused. The people that were in on the joke were like the people that understood what it was.
Were they laughing?
Yeah, but like the parents were like, "What's happening?" I had some of the parents kind of laugh at me and talk to me afterwards, told me it was funny. But I remember there was like one mother in the front of it, like one of the tables,
just mortified,
just like looking at me like, "What's happening? What is this?"
Sometimes the deepest art is the most painful.
Yeah, and I just told her it meant a lot more than it meant to be.
You need to read the footnotes.
What?
I just told her you need to read the footnotes.
I was really upset my short story that I wanted in there didn't get in, but you know.
I think that's what I read. I think you showed it to me at lunch.
The short story was called Wendy's at 2:37 p.m.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was also, I like.
That one was pretty good. I like that one.
I like situational. Like it was meant to be funny. It wasn't meant to be like have like some deeper meaning or anything like that. But it was meant to be. It was just meant to be like a glimpse in someone's life, I guess.
Like ordering milk at Whataburger drive-thru.
Oh yeah, I need to do that. I need to go. That's where I get my milk. I go to Whataburger, get the little kid milks and pour them into a gallon. I have a gallon that I reuse.
It's just a bag.
It's just I mean, bag milk is a thing.
Yeah.
Mine's a Ziploc bag.
Terrible.
Well, mine's a Walmart sack.
That's honestly better than what they used. I went to Canada once and I tried to have cereal like 2 times, or I went twice, but one of them didn't count because this is a funny story.
Well, you went to.
So, whenever I was like in 3rd grade, my like best friend and their whole family moved to Canada. Our whole family were really close to them. So whenever I got into 4th grade, as like a Christmas gift, me and my mom flew to Canada to visit my friends. And I got there and like, I don't know, I wasn't feeling great the first day, but I like pushed through because I was like, I haven't seen my friend in a year. This is going to be so much fun. And I don't really remember most of this, but we went to the Y and I remember we were swimming and then I was like, hey, I'm really, really cold. Can we go in the hot tub? And then we like got into the hot tub and I was like, wow, this is freezing. I was like, wow, they didn't even turn this on. And my friend was like, what are you talking about? And then so we sat there for like 10 minutes. And then after like 10 minutes, my mom and his mom like sprinted over and they're like, hey, Josh, can you come with us for a second? And my friend hadn't noticed because we were kids, but my lips were like turning blue. And so they took me to the doctors there, and I got the swine flu like on the plane to Canada. And I spent the remainder of the trip like with like 4 blankets on top of me next to a fire, and we didn't do anything. I remember my friend wanting to play Wii, so he set up like the Wii and Nerf gun game, and he like threw me the gun as I was like laying on the floor, and I was like just laying on the ground curled up into a little ball trying to shoot these targets on the screen, and we didn't do anything. I don't even think I saw his backyard the entire time, and I was there for like 5 days. The second time I went though was a lot more fun. I got to go to Niagara Falls, and we went to Buffalo, New York, and ate at the home of the original wings, where they had the first buffalo wings. I don't know, my parents still believe it to this day, but like I don't trust a sign that says world's first, you know?
Yeah.
But it was pretty good, not gonna lie.
I mean, first is always the best. That's what I always say.
Yep.
Never anything that's. I'm trying to think now.
Yeah, huh? Yeah, sure.
What's second is, but what's something that was second that was also best? Was better than the first?
Second breakfast.
Yes. Well, I mean, like, I guess a lot of albums, musical albums, a lot of people's second album, that feels
True.
forced.
No, that's like their second or third album is like usually considered their best piece of work.
There's very few people I can think of that actually have. Now that I guess we're going back to music again, but
that's the one thing I've been doing for the past week.
You and me always we'll talk about music, and then me and Sagar will talk about movies.
Yeah,
that's what we go for. I mean,
well, I think movies would be a really dull time right now because nothing's really coming out other than.
That's true. I mean, I watched some movies, but I want to finish my thought about the music really quick. I guess because like a lot of people release their first album, and then they get better, you know.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to movies, it's because they're trying to recreate the success of the first movie,
and it never ever gets close.
Yeah.
Except for Empire. Empire Strikes Back. Empire Strikes Back was better than Star Wars.
I don't have an opinion on the Star Wars movies really.
Wow. Not having an opinion is an opinion.
I took a test and I got Jar Jar Binks.
Oh. Yeah, I can't talk to you.
Yeah, I got Jar Jar Binks, and then I remember getting I took a political test. This was during or before the 2015 this happened, or it was right before the 2016 election. It was like with all the candidates that are there right now, and it was like, which one are you most like? And I got Hillary Clinton. I didn't care, but the person I was sitting next to at lunch that day, extremely Republican. You know this person, but I'm not going to say or give too much detail about him. But and I'm like, at this point, I didn't really keep up with a lot of politics. I barely knew anything about the people. Like, I'm 16 now. I don't really need to know, I guess. I don't really care right now. So he's like, it's like, oh, wow. You got Hillary Clinton and Jar Jar Binks? I feel sorry for you.
That's an interesting
combination.
Yeah, you heard it here first. Jar Jar Binks and Hillary Clinton
the same.
are the same.
Yeah, but you know, that's life, I guess.
Hmm.
Sometimes you're Hillary Clinton, other times you're Jar Jar Binks. Those are the two genders.
I mean, both of those times you're depressed.
It's fair.
Actually, I don't.
Do you think Jar Jar Binks had depression?
Jar Jar Binks gave me depression. I can't say the same about Hillary, though. I don't really have anything against Hillary.
That's fair, except for the fact that she's a woman. For my audio listeners, I tried to give Josh a high five and he wouldn't do it.
I almost did it.
He almost did. Because he agrees, but he realized this was on video, so we had to tone it back a little bit.
Document my factual opinions.
Don't worry, guys. I'm not actually sexist, although I do make
a lot of those jokes.
I was doing a play for my theater class, like after I graduated. Like it was like my old theater class. My old teacher put a play together that we went to. It wasn't after I graduated. I don't know why I said that. It was right before graduation.
all the seniors got to do this like one last hurrah kind of thing, and it was like, well, I say hurrah, but we had he wrote a play for like elementary schools, and all of us would go around. I think we went to about a total of 15. That might be too many, or like 10 different schools, and perform this play that he wrote, and it's like 10 minutes long. It isn't that long, like 10, 15 minutes long. And he wrote each of our characters, and I played this character that was extremely sexist. I was like, girls can't do that. Girls aren't allowed to do that. And so we're reading our scripts, and then like the next day, the day after he sent us scripts out, he's like, so yeah, I went ahead and I wrote y'all's characters based off y'all and y'all's strengths. And I was like, oh really? Is that what you did?
So it's like, Jacob, he's sexist. This is gonna be
How do
so
I
good.
describe Jacob? Sexist.
Oh.
He was like, obviously he apologized to me, and he was like, okay, well, I mean, I had to embellish a little bit. I don't actually think I'm sexist, but if
You went, why are you apologizing? You're not wrong.
I was like, I am sexist. You hit it on the nose.
You're like, I think you might have actually underplayed it a little bit. If we could get a few more lines in
The
there.
fact that I'm talking to women right now in this play is just unbelievable. I cannot do it. I can't work under these conditions.
It's like, and where's this scene taking place at? What? No, sorry.
I'm like, I can't work with the women. That's why I only have guys on this podcast. I guess Arden was here 2 episodes ago. Didn't really count. She didn't really plan on her being there.
She said she doesn't count.
No, I said that doesn't really count.
Yeah.
Because I didn't plan on her being here. You know, she just showed up.
That's true.
She didn't even bring us Sonic or anything. That was unbelievable. Didn't even offer it to us.
It's true, she didn't. Oh, yeah.
Well, this is how we know if she listens to the episode.
Yeah, because...
Earlier we tested Sagar, now we're testing Arden.
Okay, well, we know probably both of them will fail.
Yeah, well, I mean...
I don't know. Like, what else would Sagar be doing? Other than, spending time with his family and loved ones, enjoying his actual backyard, maybe spending time with his parents.
He's probably just doing a bunch of schoolwork, like 24/7 OEM.
There's no way he can spend a full day on it.
I bet he can. Knowing him. I mean, he's watching F1. I guess F1's not a thing anymore.
That's true. I wonder how he's coping with that. Should probably call him. Let him know.
I should. If I can ever get the setup where I can have an actual phone call on this and it not sound awful, then
We can Zoom him.
I put it on my computer and I face it towards here.
And just use OBS. We sit in different... I sit at my desk and you sit in your room. We use Zoom and just OBS the Zoom meeting.
I thought about that. I thought that would be funny, but then I realized... No, let's do it. I got it. I think it'll be good.
I think it would be
I don't want people to think that we're hanging out, you know?
Well, yeah. Because, I mean, anyone who's watching this can clearly see we're not following the 6 foot rule.
This is 6 feet, right?
We're just very short. Or very tall.
I mean, we're both 6 feet, so it cancels out. We're good.
It's true.
Yeah.
That's how it works.
Yeah. So it's like, we're basically 12 feet apart right now. That's how you add the height together.
Have you seen the pictures of the people, like places that are still having their like voting places in person?
No.
And the line is super, super long because they set out cones every 6 feet, every 6 feet apart? Yeah. And
Yeah.
they're like enforcing that rule. So it's going like all the way around the city because, I don't think we realize how big like a foot is. And whenever like you're standing in line and you're right behind someone and then you're 6 feet away from them, it was pretty funny. Someone took a time lapse of them like going from the front of the line to like then riding a bike to the end, and it was like a solid minute and a half.
Dang. I think we should practice that like normally.
Yeah.
I mean, 3 feet at least, because I don't want...
So it's like I have less to do now, and I realized it's not because I'm doing any more or any less. It's just because I'm not like walking to campus.
Yeah. It saves you like 2 hours.
Yeah, and it's 2 hours where now I'm just laying in bed and staring at the ceiling and hoping for some motivation.
Yeah, I woke up, I took a shower today, and still I took my shower about the time that I would normally have to leave for my class, got done, had like half an hour just to spare. And I was just chilling.
The worst thing about it is my professors decided not to go with having like a live lecture time to actually meet like in a Zoom or anything. So they just uploaded some videos. So it's like my class schedule just is entirely based on when I want to do it.
Yeah.
So it's like I'll be done with all my classwork in like 2 hours. Like I'm already done for the day, and then I'm fried for the rest of the day because I push myself so hard in those 2 hours that like I just can't think for the rest of the day.
Yeah. I literally only have one class that's on Zoom, and all my other classes are just online. I have one class that literally gave us everything we need to do for the rest of the semester, and then just was like, do it by May 1st. So I was like, okay.
I only have one class that's problematic, but
I don't think I have. I mean, I have classes that I don't want to do, but it's just geology.
I was gonna say I think I could guess.
Yeah, that's not a secret. I've never tried to hide that.
Yeah,
I don't like it.
I took a test yesterday and it went very poorly. You could probably hear me talking to the webcam, because like on this, it's ridiculous how they had us do it. We had to show the webcam the blank pieces of paper before we started writing on them and explain to them what question we were going to do. Then we had to solve that question, and then we had to hold it back up to the webcam to show them. Then, after you finished all the pages, we had to go and grab our phones, take a pictures of those pages, and then upload them. But you're like on your phone during an exam, and I'm just automatically paranoid, so I was just like explaining step by step to the camera what I was doing. Or like one point my pencil ran out of lead. So I was like, I'm reaching into my desk to grab another pencil. Just like self-narrating. And I also felt self-conscious because I was thinking out loud a lot of the times too. I mean, like, whoever has to sit back and watch this like hour-long video of a guy slowly going insane at a desk while he realizes that he's going to fail the exam.
Fair. I doubt they watch every. I think it's more like, okay, this person's suspect. They got 100 on it. We'll watch that really quick. I doubt they're like, all right, let's go watch all of these 300 students.
This person got a 62. They probably cheated.
Yeah, I mean, even if I cheated, I don't think I could get 100. I'm not that good at cheating.
Yeah.
I'm not that good at Google.
I don't know. I had the opportunity to cheat on my physics exam, and I didn't. But I still did really well, so I'm not mad about it.
Okay, that's fair.
But
glad you didn't cheat. So,
well, most people did, for sure. Most people did. Because what they told us, they were like, hey, study your 2 practice exams. So I really studied the 2 practice exams. And they released a test, and every single question, there were 8 multiple choice and 2 open response. All of them were directly from the test. So the multiple choice I flew through because I like recognized the answers.
Mm-hmm.
And then the open response, I had a vague idea of what the final number should be, but I didn't quite know all of the steps. I somehow lost 1.1 points on the multiple choice.
Yeah.
Or not the multiple choice, the open response. So I don't know why they took off 0.1 points. But
I don't know, man. I can't. Hope you're not asking me. I have no idea.
I don't know. I was just like.
Apart from being a nerd.
I probably forgot my name.
Right.
Yeah.
Fair.
On an online exam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Good talk.
Do you have any media moments?
I do. I do not at the moment. I was trying to think. Because I'm thinking of like movies or TV shows that I've watched recently, and all of them I haven't liked really that much. Oh no, I do have a media moment. Because I just remembered this other show that I started watching and I love so much. But before I get on that, I want to plug my YouTube channel because I uploaded a new video. It's doing relatively well.
The review?
Yeah, it's a review of The Letter to the King. It's actually doing. I have some, I've gotten actual comments on it from random people talking about it. I've had other people. I posted it on Reddit and stuff. We got some other traction on it.
I will say I'm a little upset. I wasn't the first like.
Sorry to hear that.
Someone beat me to it.
It's probably me.
No, I think because someone had already commented.
Well, there's this one comment on it that's literally just, it's a spam dude. There's this guy.
It's spam every single video you upload.
Well, not my video. So the subreddit I posted on, I'm pretty sure this guy. I decided I want to make I already have a joke I was gonna make about him in another video for fun. But every video I feel like gets posted on the subreddit, he has like a bot that goes there, and it was the comment he posted was like, I say he posted, it wasn't him.
The wording seemed odd. It was like very good video, nicely edited.
Yeah.
But all the tenses were off.
Yeah, it was like, great review of the video, nicely edited. Let's be friends is how he ended it. And then I commented back because I doubt he'll ever respond to this, but I said we already are, and
And nothing says.
he hasn't said anything back. But this other guy commented. I was talking to him about it. He was talking about his complaints with the show, which is nice, you know. And he seems like a real person because his thoughts were not something robotic.
It's a good way to spark conversations and a good way to get people interested.
Yeah, because I feel like if you talk about TV shows or movies, people are more likely to find your channel.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm doing that partly because of that, and I have other videos that I want to make that aren't just reviews of movies and TV shows. They're reviews of other things and just like some like quote unquote skit videos, but they're not really skits. I don't know how to describe them right now, but it's like, oh, I lost my train of thought. But like even I just feel like there's getting more traction to it at the moment, which is nice.
Oh yeah, and if you plug in like the title of something, the algorithm picks it up more.
Yeah.
Because
I looked up the Letter to the King review just to see where it's at, and I'm like, I think I was like on the first page of YouTube of where to look it up, and also my thumbnail is relatively like it's not bad or anything like that, and the video itself is long enough, but isn't like too long. Yeah, it's like 2 minutes long, I think. And then even the podcast channel, I gained like 5 subscribers this past week, which is good.
I think does that same spam guy comment on those as well?
One spam guy commented on one of the videos.
I think was it the most recent one? Because I think I checked it out, and it had only been uploaded. It had only been up for like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And the guy had commented. He's like really enjoyed listening to this. And
Tom. Yeah.
Yeah, and it was like, it's a 50-minute video.
Yeah. No, So I was watching there's a smaller YouTuber that I watch, and he made a video about Tim and Tom. Because apparently this guy has 2 channels named Tim and Tom, that are like commenting the same things. And this other YouTuber was talking about like first when I saw he's on my video. Keep getting hiccups, but at first he's like, first time I saw these on my videos, I'm thoroughly enjoyed to see him. I'm like, wow, people are commenting on my videos, saying these nice things. It's really cool. And so I would comment back, thank you. And then after a while, it took me like I would get the same comment on every video, and it's like, yeah, okay, this guy is a bot. This guy is fake. This guy is not real. And he's like, I just want you other YouTubers, because he's smaller, but he's almost at like 1,000 subscribers now. That one YouTuber. And he's like, I want you to see, because this guy, you go into his channel, and he has like 20,000 subscribers, Tim and Tom. And you're like, this guy's a legitimate YouTuber. This guy, but all of his videos are all like, I looked at the channel, it's like the same channel over and over again. Like there's like probably thousands of Toms, thousands of Tims or something like that. Because I would look and it would be like this. He had like 5 videos on his channel, and they're all uploaded less than a week ago. And they're all like how to get subscribers fast, how to get likes fast, how to get followers fast, stuff like that, Mm-hmm. And you're just like, okay, well, this guy's definitely fake. Like it's all this repeat of the same channel. And it's like, it's weird because I think the most subscribed one of them all is like 70,000, which is crazy for a bot. And I'm pretty sure it bought like its subscribers, or
I'm sure.
Or all of the channels that he made are all subscribed to it.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure that's part of the.
But you see this as a small YouTuber, and you're like, wow, this person with 70K subscribers is commenting on my video, telling me I did a good job. That's great. I love this. It's like, it's flattering.
Why do you think they do that? Are they trying to like boost morale, or are they just?
Well, apparently, for the YouTuber, his name is the Suited Bird. Is like a penguin, but was talking about you go to his videos, you watch his videos because you're a smaller YouTuber. He's commenting on your videos, you watch them, and then he has shout out competitions that are basically like, I will shout out a random channel. All you have to do is get 2 of your friends to comment on this video, telling me that you're worth a shout out. And so he's like, well, these people come to the channel to help you out. Like, your friends come to this channel to help you out, to help you get a shout out, and then they end up subscribing or liking possibly. But everyone does this, and he keeps getting more subscribers and stuff. And you're like, I want a chance to get shout out by a 70,000.
So it's just like a money farm, basically.
Yeah, it's basically just him. I doubt they're making any real money from this. Maybe a little bit. Even AdSense, like, it's not like their views on their YouTube videos are that good. It's probably like 2,000, 3,000 views, which, I mean, sure, is good for a new YouTuber. But if you have 70K and you're getting like 3,000, you're not making any money. It's just all, I don't know. Kind of went on a long tangent about that, but media moment. My mouth gets dry. Do you have a media moment too, or no?
Probably just Thundercat released a new album that's really good. It Is What It Is. That's the name of the album.
Oh, okay. I was like, okay, you said it's really good, and it is what it is, guys.
Yeah, if you're into like funk or R&B, you'd probably like it a lot.
That's cool. Yeah. I had mine is a TV show, Nathan For You. I don't know if you ever watched it. It's like a.
I feel like I know what it is.
It's on Comedy Central. Basically, this guy named Nathan goes around to small businesses. Like, this is like real life. Like, this is him. It's not like scripted or anything. Probably partly scripted, but he goes to random businesses and stuff. He has a marketing degree, and he's like, I'm going to help your business get better. And it's all these stupid, ridiculous ideas. Like, the first clip I saw of it that got me into the show was him going to a bar, and this lady was complaining about how she's losing a lot of patrons because they aren't allowed to, since the state that she's in passed a law where you couldn't smoke in a bar. He's like, well, I have an idea for this. So you may not be able to smoke in a bar, but you are allowed to, during a production of a play, smoke. So if you get an audience to watch these patrons at the bar, they are legally allowed to smoke because it'll be classified as a play. So he gets these 2 random ladies to sit at the, like, on this little stage that he made at the corner of the bar and just watch everybody, telling them it's an experimental play. And they think it's like a legitimate play. And so everyone's allowed to smoke and stuff. And the whole, like, and then they're commenting on it. And then at the end of that segment, he has a little clip of what the ladies thought of it, and they're like, wow, it's really cool. It's really weird seeing these people in their, like, natural habitats. Really good experimental play. Well, then what he does is he writes a script based off that what they watched. So he looked at the video footage of like the patrons at the bar, and he makes a play from that, and then he actually puts up a production of that play, hires real actors to play each of the patrons at that bar, and then has like an actual audience of like 30 people watching it, including the bartender.
As like a side hustle?
Just for fun. I don't know why exactly, because I haven't watched the full episode of that one yet, but that was the clip I watched. But it's just so funny to see that, like, he wrote a play. And then there was one of them where he creates a dating show for himself. He's like, there's like this running gag that he has no friends, or like no one likes him, like, during the whole show.
Yeah. That's unrelatable.
Unrelatable, exactly. No, but he makes a dating show so you can get a girlfriend. He's like, I'm gonna hire like 15 random girls. I'm sending out ads being like, you want a chance to be on this dating show. And so he's like, okay. And so he gets these girls there. He rents out a mansion, and he hires like an actual host. And the host is like a really attractive guy. And so the whole episode, the host is like, all right, so you ready to meet them? And they're standing outside of the mansion before the girls like get out of the limo. And he's like, you can't be here when they come out.
He's like, why can't I be here? Like, you can't. It's my job. I have to be here. And I don't think the host does not know Nathan is like, this is all the bit.
He's running it.
Yeah. Nathan's pretty much always the only person on the joke, but it's so funny. He's like, why can't I be? He's like, you're just too attractive. I can't have you in here. You're gonna steal them away from me. You have to go inside. And he's like, okay. And then for the rest of the episode, like that clip, because it's like he does 2 different jobs like every episode. The rest of that clip, like that 15 minutes of that part, he just keeps telling the host to leave. The host is like, all right, guys, time for the next day or next segment of the show. And he's like, you can't be here. You're like, you want me to leave again? You can't be here. You're right. They're gonna fall in love with you. You can't be here. And then he starts a rumor that the host has had a 3-way with 3 men or 2 men, and all the ladies are like, we don't need to know this. Why did you tell us this? He's like, don't worry, like it's fine. Like he's gay. You don't need to like him.
So it just goes from a dating show to him just being jealous.
Yeah, it's so funny. And then the whole show is like that. But is there 4 seasons out right now? I think they're on their 4th season right now. It's so funny. There were a couple clips that do you remember Dumb Starbucks? I remember seeing it on the news before watching this show, but it was a pretty big news story for a moment, for like a week, like a couple years ago.
I'm not sure.
It was just like, it was Starbucks, but everything about it was the same as Starbucks except for the sign said Dumb Starbucks, and it said like all the menus said Dumb espresso, dumb coffee, dumb hot chocolate, stuff like that. He's like, you can get a dumb venti, dumb grande, stuff like that. And then, he's like, well, according to parody law, they can't take me down. And he's up there for like a week, and then he becomes really successful about it. Like the first couple nights of it existing, like he gets no business, and then it goes viral. And then he has like a line wrapped around the whole building, like of people waiting to go in there.
And the coffee's probably not that good.
Well, I mean, they did it. I think he probably used the same stuff as regular Starbucks does. I don't know exactly, but he classified it as an art exhibit. That way, he didn't have to go through the health codes of it all, of having the food and stuff. He's like, this is all an art display. It doesn't count. And people would go there thinking it was like, it's a protest with Starbucks and big corporations and have this giant meaning and stuff like that. And I just think it was so funny. And then at the end of it, it did get shut down. He's like, you're selling food. You can't do that. But yeah, that's Nathan.
He probably made a pretty good chunk of change from that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure he did. And then he had one. He has like every season. He has like a special, I guess, where he does like one big thing for one episode. One of them was Dumb Starbucks. I'm only on season 2, and then the other one, like first season 1, was he trying to be an escape artist, and but the threat was that he had this like robot that would pull down his pants in front of a group of children.
Yes.
To reveal himself.
Yes. That's where I know it from. He's like, but tonight the stakes are real.
Tonight,
he's like, this police officer to the side has these handcuffs, and if my pants come off, I will be a registered sex offender.
Yeah, tonight, a lot of musicians threaten their lives or risk their lives, but I'm risking something far greater: becoming a registered sex offender.
That's a good meme. That's where I know this whole show from.
Such a good show. I highly recommend it. Yeah, but do you have anything else? Last things to add?
I just really want quarantine to end.
Yeah.